I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black. I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. It's St. Louis.
Welcome to the A-Train Show. And now here's your host, the A-Train, Arlington Lane.
Yeah, true chatter.
Yeah, I think it's time for more true chatter. Born every day, 100 new fake rappers. We got too many powers.
This edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane. And a good Tuesday to you. I've missed y'all so much. You just don't understand. And I've had a lot of stuff going on. And I know I've done a couple side stuff. But here once again for the A-Train Show right here on Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube. I want to get into it real quick, and then I'm just going to, I told y'all, if you follow me on Facebook, I said a little bit of NBA Finals. The rest of the conversation, I'm going to talk about WWE and everything that's going on right now in WWE. So first off, the NBA Finals. Of course, we all know right now it's a series between the Pacers and the Thunder. And there was, I hope I can find it. So I want y'all to understand where my man was coming from. Bomani Jones have gone on record to say about what the finals is looking like and why people are not getting behind it. And it was very, very understandable. I get it a lot. I want y'all to take a look at this video. Okay. And we'll touch base on it real quick. All right. So this is Bomani Jones on his podcast, The Right Time, about why things look wrong for the NBA Finals.
I have seen people online raise the very fair question, why is there so much discussion about putting the trophy decal on the floor? And I would argue that it's not so much specifically about the trophy decal itself. It is about the fact that the way that the finals have been presented has made the games just feel like games, as opposed to something that is a really big deal. You'll hear people make the point when talking about sports that it's entertainment, and that is not true. Sports is entertaining, but it is far more significant to people than entertainment. Yeah, there's an occasional movie franchise that gets people lining up at night and they talk about it for days or whatever it is. It doesn't mean the same thing to people. It doesn't pass down through families in that way. It doesn't transcend generations in that way. If you treat sports like entertainment, then sports get treated like the rest of entertainment gets treated right now, which is something that is not intended to be excellent, something that is not intended to be momentous, something that is not intended to be monumental, but simply something intended to occupy your time and attention. Play up the pageantry, play up the stuff around it. An audience needs it.
All right, that was from Bomani Jones on The Right Time. And I think a lot of people looked at this NBA Finals because it's not a sexy matchup. It is not LeBron. It's not Steph. It's not Kevin Durant. It's not your big superstars. But here's my problem. It's not Anthony Edwards. The thing is, this is where we're headed. And this is what you have to understand. That the model, the once superstar players of this league are getting older, and their teams are not going to be those teams anymore. And so where we're at now is younger stars are going to start taking over. We're going to start seeing the Anthony Edwards. Hopefully we'll see more of John Morant in this setting. And mind you, the squads that they play for, the Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder are teams that have never faced off, never have been to an NBA Finals. Yes, the Oklahoma City Thunder has never been to an NBA Finals. Do not count whatever the hell that Seattle Sonics had in that realm. No, we didn't. It's not. It's the same similar stupid reason like with the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. When Baltimore came from Cleveland, they wanted to keep all the stats and things to go over with Baltimore. No, Cleveland blocked that. Well, it took 3 years, but Cleveland now has all this stuff. But the Thunder is trying for their first championship, and that's what I would believe more basketball fans want to tune into this series, just for the simple fact of it is two young teams and they both vying for their first NBA championship, but it ain't sexy enough. Do you know if the Knicks and the Timberwolves would have got to the finals, we all would have been mad? All of us would have been upset. But this is granted, game 2 wasn't the best, okay? But it's going to lead to a competitive series. And I think people really need to understand that. Like, seriously. I mean, come on, man. This is the perfect time for you to see what the future is looking like. And I get it. We're at a place now where viewership is not what it used to be. It continues to descend. Even with the NFL, it continues to get lower. Granted, they are the best product on the planet when it comes to ratings. That doesn't mean it remains as high as it once was. So my thing is, to get back to 10, you already seeing a young guy in Tyrese Halliburton. You're seeing the MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and everybody else. That's what it's about. These are two teams that remind me of the Milwaukee Bucks back in 2021. That's what this looks like. Hence the title, Will the Truth Set Us Free, is actually for something else, but it remains here. Will the truth set us free when it comes to these young guns in the NBA, and they're leading the pack now. We're not with the LeBrons, the Steph Currys, the Kevin Durant's anymore, because they're slowly on their way out the door. As much as we hate it, they're on their way out. And that's just the honest way to look at stuff. I'm like, I don't know how else to put it for the people. Like, your thoughts are always welcome on the show. You know, I've always looked forward to hearing from the people. But yeah, this NBA Finals ain't as bad as people want to perceive it to be. It's actually quite nice. It's quite nice. And I think we got a good 6 or 7 games ahead of us for this final series, especially when we got this coming up on tomorrow, Wednesday, because it was travel day for both squads. Because remember, they switched the format back up to 2-2-1-1-1. So 2 games at the best record spot, the next 2 for the opponent, 1 back at the best record opponent, and then we get to game 7, it's back at the best records spot. So Oklahoma City Thunder would be the team that would close out at home in the NBA Finals. And this is something that we really need to see. This is it. Like, this is, both teams are great on offense. And granted, Indiana has been atrocious on the turnover side, but it's an entertaining finals enough. And like what Bomani said, we're looking at this as entertainment, when in sports, it's supposed to be entertaining. This is not WWE, where this is scripted. I know a lot of us have said that the NBA is rigged, the NFL is rigged, and we're following along a script that that goes along with whatever the hell's going on at this point. But it's still unscripted. You don't know what the results are going to be. You don't know how it's going to end. All you're going to know is that one person is going to win and another person is going to lose. Another team's going to win, another team's going to lose. That's how that goes. And that's how that's supposed to happen. And I really think that people are really dismissive of this NBA Finals, and they don't need to be. It is actually a great NBA Finals series, and I think y'all should be tuning into this. It is not a problem. This series is not bad. But you're overlooking it because it doesn't have any stars. Y'all would have, like I said, y'all would have been mad with Knicks and Timberwolves. Knicks and the Thunder, or Pacers and the Timberwolves. Y'all would have been mad regardless, because LeBron's not in it, Steph's not in it. And that's bad, because it's basketball. And me personally, will definitely tell you, I am the biggest hater of how they're playing basketball today. I hate it. But I like a competitive series regardless. I like competitiveness. But they are bringing competition to the forefront, because don't get me wrong, man, in game 1, everybody thought Oklahoma City was just going to wipe the floor with them. So people just said, forget it. You got to remember, this Indiana Pacers team is resilient. Resilient. So they're going to continue on this path the way that they're doing. So definitely should check it out Wednesday night, ABC. I think it's at 7 here in the Central. So, all right, tune in for that. I'm going to step aside for just a quick minute, get some things situated. And then when I come back, I'm going to touch on the WWE and that title, Will the Truth Set Us Free? So step just for a moment. Be right back.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Back on this edition of the A Train Show, the A Train Arlington Lane. I think I had a special guest that popped in. I want to see if he is ready to go. I do apologize to him. So, because I decided to go on my little buff rant, he said he's good to go. All right, I'm bringing back one of the nephews back into the fold here because the Reverend Doctor is out on assignment today, and he's like, "Well, send one of my enforcements in reinforcements, and he'll do the show with you." I was like, "Okay." I hit him up. He said, "Here I am." There he is. The nephew himself, Jared, is in the house. Take yourself off mute, brother.
My bad.
It's all good. All right, man. Let's get into it. We fresh off of Money in the Bank. We spoke about it on Saturday, the after the show and stuff. And then we had what transpired on Monday. Of course, the big story is actually bigger than the championship itself, was the return of Ron Killings, because it's no longer R-Truth. And so the question is, will the truth actually set us free this time?
I think he's going to play a significant role for John losing that title. And I feel like it possibly is going to be around SummerSlam.
You know, I thought about that. And as John has this now new championship date with CM Punk at Night of Champions, I was like, I knew at some point he was going to have to fight Cena. I mean, yeah, that Punk and Cena were going to have to go at it, because if you're really looking at it, this is a nostalgic look that we're getting as we're about to end the run of John Cena. I still don't even believe he's going to actually be finished with wrestling. It's just the last time, you know.
He's going to be in the ring, that's all.
Yeah, I think he'll be back, just not doing any fighting. I don't think it's just the end as he's making it seem.
Oh, it's still that 2011 run that he's doing right now.
Yeah, I see what you mean with that. And it gives that vibe. It's been giving that vibe a lot.
Didn't he fight CM Punk at Clash of the Champions?
It was Money in the Bank.
No, he won the title at Money in the Bank. Then he had a rematch. Remember?
At Night of Champions. That's right.
Yeah, both of them was a quote unquote champion because of Vince didn't like it.
Well, yeah, at the time when Punk had, it was quote unquote left the company, he took off with the title after Money in the Bank 2011. And then they did a tournament where, till to this day, still don't understand how Rey Mysterio and John Cena both got added for the title. And Cena beat Mysterio, and then you heard Cult of Personality for the first time in 2011. And that's when CM Punk came out with his title, that he walked up down the ramp to Cena and put his title in front of him and said, "I'm the real champion." So yeah, it does give that effect, right? It gives that effect. But I'm sensing something happening. Like, if we go back to Money in the Bank, remember when Cena and Logan Paul were both having issues? That's going to play a part of that too. What do you think is going to happen now with Logan Paul? Is he going to help Cena, or is he going to hurt Cena?
I think he's going to end up doing both. He's going to try to help him, but then he's going to end up messing everything up.
So then the question then becomes, where does R-Truth go in? Because you know he's going to be on this trip to Saudi Arabia.
Because it's like, I have my instincts are telling me who he's going to lose to. I don't want him to lose to who John's going to lose the title to.
Who do you think he's going to lose to?
The way it's going, it's like he's going to lose the title to Cody Rhodes. I like Cody, but I don't think first of all, he doesn't need it. You know, in my opinion, he doesn't need the title. Because we already got two born champions. And I think they should make Cody a heel. I've been telling you that for since the get-go. We need heel Cody, Homelander Cody. But since we have the new number 19 date, which possibly means it's going to be all through summer, and probably he's going to end it at
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is probably going
I
to be
think Survivor Series, unless they decide to do one big night in December for Cena. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they said anything.
like the troops or something. You know, they bring
I don't
back.
even think then, because they haven't done a show like that in years.
Well,
They haven't done a tribute to the troops in a long time.
right.
And well, since the Thunderdome, I think this is when the last time they did it. And that was in 21, I think. But I really see a greatest of all time day for him. And that'll be his last date. That's just my opinion. Survivor Series would be the last, or a Saturday night's main event they would do in December, because they're starting to incorporate more Saturday night main events.
Don't know what.
They got another one that's coming up in July. It's funny, it's the day after my birthday too, but Friday I'm going to go see Superman. Wink, wink. Friday I'm going to go see Superman. That'll be a good birthday present for me. So,
Wonderful birthday present.
So at this rate, it's going to be another big weekend for us wrestling fans, and if you're comic book fans, you definitely want to check out Superman July 11th. All right.
Big July for comic book fans. Big month.
There are a lot of comic book fans, that's for sure.
Yes.
But back to the story at hand, it's trying to figure out where R-Truth belongs, and I think you got to keep him in this program with John Cena. Now the question is going to become, what is he going to be? Is he going to be a hero, or is he going to be a villain? And the way that he came off on Monday, I saw more villain than I saw hero.
Yeah.
And if it's villainizing, he's going to help John Cena. If it's villain, he's going to help Cena, because he's taken R-Truth out of the picture, and now he's gone to Ron the Truth Killings. So that's the vibe I've been picking up. What have you picked up with this R-Truth situation, with this Ron Killing situation now?
So when he said the promo, he said, see, I love R-Truth. We all do. We all love R-Truth. But sometimes he can be a little goofy, a little, playful. But he said, that's just me. But I'm going to bring my realness to y'all, my real self. So I'm thinking, not a villain, but like anti-hero run. Remember how he was remember when he used to like go out and just beat people up to get a title shot?
Kind of like that was 2011. That was 2011.
He got the capital punishment main event, and he main evented Survivor Series with him, The Miz fighting The Rock. I feel like he's in a position where he doesn't have a long period of time, because we know he don't have a long period of time. In some way, somehow, he's going to get a belt. He's going to try to attempt to get a belt, put like that. And then, since we having this Night of Champions match, you got CM Punk versus John Cena, and Seth going to interfere somehow, some way. Unless R-Truth take out Seth or somebody like that, I just feel like the right person to choose, like a person to choose to throw Cena would be Ron Killings, my bad. Will be Ron. Story-wise, it makes sense, because it's always a person, your hero, you have to go up against. Like, for instance, The Rock went against Trash Hulk Hogan. Who else? Who else had to beat their hero in order to succeed? Put like that.
Yeah, you got something going with that. You got some. So yeah, basically, Ron Killings is here, and where do we go with him? In my opinion, I would, with him, as long as he is in this program with Cena, I would love to see him hold the championship one time.
One time before he leaves.
Or he quits. Because I have a feeling it's not going to be because I want to know the deal now. Because when I read it, I thought it was all a work. And there are many reports keep coming out saying that No, he was actually released. It was actually planned for him to be released. And that when he was released, the fans overwhelmingly expressed their disdain. It got to the point where WWE tried to contact him. Other people tried to contact him. He rebuffed it. And it took for Nick Khan personally to reach out to him and to get him back.
I think it wasn't just the fans part, because if you've seen every single like
wrestler
breaking character and everything, talking about truth, even John for a minute posting it, I'm like, so I'm pretty sure that promo, that unexpected promo that John did was another decision factor. He probably went back there and said, I couldn't do this without him. Y'all understand that? Because when you got somebody that's so organically over, like they got a bunch of people that's organically over, and they don't use them at all. But you got a person that's been there doing the work over and over again, can do anything you ask, he'll do it. And you just let him go like that? That's just weird. Like, for instance, like the stuff with the Miz, that's crazy. Miz contract is coming up, and then they are thinking about re-signing him. Which is because Miz is a 20-year vet, took no time off, no injuries. He does anything.
I wonder if truth is back, will Miz come back? Because he said his contract is expiring and that he wouldn't return. Mind you, it's truth that helped a lot, was part of it. And I wonder if that'll make him change his mind. If not, or he actually just walk. Because the Miz walking lets me know that TKO is really getting rid of lengthy time veterans. You know, granted, Carlito, he isn't a lengthy time veteran, but he's been there with WWE for quite a while. Like, I know this is his second stint, and I get his run here ain't the best, so I can understand that, because Carlito hadn't had many matches since he's been back. So releasing him it's understandable, but Miz has been enhancing talent for a while. And you're about to get rid of one of the best men on the microphone because it's becoming costly. The expenses are getting higher. And I'm like, you should already know that due to and I'm thinking, and what they will not say it. I really think it's due to box office stuff. The box office is not as hidden as they once thought it would. And if you watched Money in the Bank at the beginning, and granted, and like during I want to say middle of the Miss Money in the Bank match, did you see open seats?
Yeah,
I saw open seats.
Yeah, I did.
And I get it. The Intuit Dome is big. It's massive. And it might be a while before you go sit down, but a lot during that show, it was open.
It's because they keep raising up the prices, and regular people are not going to be able to afford that. You know, they diehard fans are not going to be able to afford that, because right now a nosebleed section seat costs is $100, which is crazy. Which is why I'm not going to when they come to Houston. I'm gonna be watching online. Amen. It's like they keep raising their prices, and then we figure out why they keep doing this and why they keep adding pay-per-views. Even though pay-per-view costs them a lot because they got to do promotion, all that kind of stuff. And pyro.
Like you already got us paying for Peacock, Netflix, watching you on CW. You know, if you got cable, you got the USA Network. So we're watching you on all these different platforms when you really just need to be on one.
Tubi.
Let's not forget. Well, yeah, Tubi is free for now, but I'm thinking at some point Tubi's gonna wind up having people pay for that stuff. I'm telling you, it's coming. But at this rate right now, Ron Killings, I think he's in a good spot. I just want to see him going after Cena. He don't have to be around like every week. I just want him tormenting Cena. That's it. Tormenting Cena would be, and he don't need, folks. Don't need little Jimmy. We can leave little Jimmy to rest. I think would you keep little Jimmy, or would you say no, man? We good.
No. We do if we do a serious role type of R-Truth, we don't need little Jimmy.
Gotcha.
And he has, unless you count the last time he did little Jimmy. There's only one.
Like, I don't need the full 2011 vibe, okay? I don't need the full one. Just give me enough where it's entertaining and knowing that all you can do is torment Cena. But if they do bring back little Jimmy, then you know what? I'm just gonna have to deal with that. It is what it is. Next topic: Gunther regaining the world title of Jey Uso, ending his
51 day.
51.
It was 51.
51-day reign as champion. How we feeling about that?
I got a lot of stuff to say about Jey Uso, but I know why he lost it, and it wasn't because of writing. He lost because he's injured. He's a little banged up because he had like a couple of matches. First of all, that Money in the Bank match through that table took him out.
I told folks, and it was like, man, so why y'all let Jey Uso drop the belt? My man is hurt.
Y'all know as soon as y'all saw his kid there, he was going to lose.
You said what now?
As soon as I saw his son, I said, "Oh yeah, he's losing. Oh yeah, he's losing." Gotta
take some time off, bro.
But you gotta think about it. He's been going the whole entire day, whole entire since WrestleMania. He's been doing press conference tours, radio shows, all that kind of stuff.
He tired. Not tired. He's tired.
He came from being a tag team wrestler to now a single star, the most over single star WWE babyface. Mind you, I'd add.
People were mad about that, and I'm like,
I get
it made sense.
But like no,
it made sense for him to drop the belt. If he hurting,
no cash in though, that kind of made But now that I see,
I don't think that's I understand where you're coming from. Because Seth has the Money in the Bank, but Gunther was well enough that he would have been aware of how to handle the three of them. You get what I'm saying? And remember, Jay took them tsunamis. He took that tsunami from Bronson Reed.
Oh, right. He got speared, a tsunami, and curve stomp.
And that's gotta hurt though when you take that.
Yes,
like you have no
you.
You have no protection. You taking this big dude flying in the air,
and beating him,
dropping on you,
and then he got AA like 20 times on Money in the Bank. Hold on.
I don't think the fireman's carry is as bad as people want to perceive it, though. I don't think the fireman's carry is as bad, but I think that getting your stomach hit, your ribs hit, when somebody's flying 300 and some odd pounds, 400 pounds, and landing on you, you're going to feel that.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt.
That moonsault, it was beautiful. I thought Logan died for a minute. Because I was like, oh, Lord, did he just...
You almost feel like, hey, if I'm not mistaken, Wade Barrett said during the match last night that he was having a hard time breathing. I would suspect so when you get a tsunami from a 400-plus pound man. It's going to be hard to breathe.
Both of them was hard to breathe. Logan was ready all the match.
Hey, it almost seemed like he needed an inhaler when he was out there. Like he got asthma.
Yeah.
And so we got the world title. Gunther has the world title back. I think at this point, I want to see if Seth decides to, because Gunther's going to have to fight at Night of Champions.
Ooh, let's talk about that. I got a game plan in mind of what's going to happen.
For Night of Champions?
Yes, the men's side, not the women's side. I'm completely clueless on that side. For the men, it's Night of Champions is going to be, of course, Sami Zayn is going to be there because it's Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes.
Is Cody in the tournament?
Yes, he is. Yes,
really?
SmackDown side. It's going to be, and they're opposite sides, so it makes sense.
No.
Yep, it's going to happen.
No.
Yes, and then that's when Sami is finally.
Yeah, he is. I need Cody versus Bronson Reed.
No. I'm gonna tell you, Cody's gonna fight Sami Zayn for the finals. That's what's gonna happen.
Sami's gonna win the King of the Ring. Yes,
he is, and he's gonna fight Gunther again. You may get a world championship, you may not.
I think if what the storyline has transpired so far, Seth is going to kill Sami's. He's going to have the world title for like 5 to 10 seconds.
It's going to be like, he finally did it. And then
Seth comes out with that Money in the Bank briefcase. Them three then came down, then pulverized him, cash in, Seth walking out with the belt again.
Yeah.
I think that's got to happen now because of Becky Lynch winning the IC title. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Becky Lynch.
I'm just saying, man.
Roxanne won. So,
I'm very interested in this Night of Champions on the women's side because there's two people that both can get it, and it's going to depend on who they pushing. Because I do see in the final. Would it be in the final? It would have to be in the final.
What?
Nope, it won't be. It can't be in the final. So when Jey beats her opponents, it sets up Roxanne versus Jey. If Jey wins that match, if Jey wins her next two matches, she's winning Queen of the Ring.
If she wins Queen of the Ring, this is how we can do it. So I saw in the title card yesterday that Roxanne won, and then Jey and Roxanne on the same side. On the other side, you got Asuka. So Asuka's going to win. I think that on her side. And Charlotte. They're going to do that.
It's going to be Jey versus Charlotte for Queen of the Ring.
Yes. The Queen versus the Storm.
And you would be better. You would be best.
It's written because, they did that little face-off before WrestleMania.
You would be best to go ahead and let Jey win Queen of the Ring because it'll set up her match against Charlotte Flair. She beats Charlotte. She wins Queen of the Ring. And now it stops Naomi in her tracks. Or you get that championship opportunity between her and Tiffany Stratton. Well, guess who's going to come out and cash in? But you still got a diamond in the rough. Granted, I think she's still injured, though.
Who?
I think she's still Bianca. Bianca's still injured with her finger.
A finger. So this is what I'm thinking. Bianca get the belt sometime around that time, and then we have at SummerSlam for 1, 2, 3 black women triple threat match. Yay!
Hey, listen, I don't mind a triple threat match for the title. You got to give me something good though with it, and I get it. Jade has been better. Bianca has been better. And of course, Naomi is Naomi. Naomi has been doing it for 16 years. Wink, wink, when Big E was giving her flowers.
Right.
And the fact that she broke character during that moment, and then when she got herself together, she went right back into character.
Locked in. It was beautiful.
And who was it? Athena. Athena gave her flowers on Twitter. When she won Miss Money in the Bank, because her and Athena go way back. So I'm like, this is good. This is good. And I've seen the fact that they put out that Naomi was the first
black
black woman to win Money in the Bank?
Yes.
I thought she had won it before, but I guess not.
No. She was the first black woman to win the WWE title, like the SmackDown title, not the Raw, because Sasha Banks won that. So,
hey, and let's not forget, man. Hey, see, cause where we headed. Just think of how Jade and Naomi gonna be in the locker room.
You psycho. Oh my! I'll show you, psycho!
You don't mess with Jackie!
You don't mess with Jackie, not in her home state of Texas.
She's not a psycho!
first of all, their online beef is hilarious.
It's impeccable. It is. Wow, it's a chef's kiss, bro.
It got released. He talking about, dang, I hate this more than Jay Cargill. I'm like, dang, why is she in the problem? What's going on?
Hey, she said something not too long ago, and it cracked me up. Because I'm like, when I say they have a true beef, online beef they got going, it is hilarious.
Talking about the press conference, like not the one with Biggie, the press conference at the Money in the Bank, when she started doing that interview, she said, you know, I love Bianca. Jay, you can go to hell. I love Bianca. That was funny. It's the way she said it. In her, first of all, this character is wonderful for Naomi. She's killing it. I'm proud of her.
And she pulled up at the BET Awards with the Money in the Bank contract.
Yes, that's wonderful.
So this was the tweet that had me rolling yesterday. Today, as a matter of fact. She said, Jay Cargill is expected to receive a huge push heading into Evolution 2. Yeah, a push down the stairs. I said, wow, yo. Yeah. Wow, yo. Are we serious right now?
That is genius. You don't understand. Her continue this K face outside the ring. Both of them is wonderful. It makes the story better.
Yeah, and you know what? That's one thing I can say. I can applaud Triple H for that. They allow the wrestlers, the superstars, to go out, use their platforms to continue feuds, online beefs, all of that. And it keeps magnifying the story. And once it just brings more speculation to the table. And I really believe that this is Jay Cargill's time to go ahead and win Queen of the Ring. So that way you can have that potential match. And Naomi just kills it with the Miss Money in the Bank, and she walk out with that title. Or better yet, she could just do it just to keep Jay from winning it. She ain't got to win it.
She got to win it. She just interfered in the match.
She just interferes and costs Jay an opportunity. And then it can happen where she cashes in and she thinks she's about to win. I'm on my own against the world, and that music hit. And nobody win, and Tiffany still keep the title. I wouldn't mind that either, because then it will lead to a triple threat match at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Between the three of them.
Biggest party this summer. Also, you know the men's side of King of the Ring, right?
Yeah.
Did you see who they got a question mark for a mystery opponent for the men's side?
Who do you have as the mystery opponent?
I got two people. One person I just want them to push because he needs a push, Karrion Kross, obviously. The second is Mr. Iguana. Yes.
I know his stock has risen quite
a lot.
It got to be over 500%.
It has to be, because every time I go on my phone, Mr. Iguana.
And what's crazy is Mr. Iguana is nothing but let me not say that. He's R-Truth in AAA.
Yes.
He's basically R-Truth in AAA.
And they both can wrestle, though.
And that's the thing. They both can wrestle.
Yeah.
And so I would want Karrion Kross in that just for him and Sami Zayn to go at it. I don't think Cody doesn't need the King of the Ring.
Cody, don't see you don't need stuff. Cody don't need nothing. Rhea Ripley don't need nothing. First of all, Rhea Ripley is a walking Money in the Bank. Well, she don't need anything. She can carry herself. She's not a Charlotte. Rhea Ripley can carry herself anywhere she go. Cody, he don't need it. I personally believe that Cody don't need it. Who else don't need it? You know, these old champions that had like a meager title run don't need it.
I need somebody to attack Cody.
Yeah.
So he can be out of the Night of Champions match.
Yeah. How about Logan Paul? Oh, and I can say this now.
Outside.
No, he's actually downstairs. That is legit.
Logan Paul. He's downstairs once again.
Ooh.
Hey, we got a whole thing on. Yes, sir.
LA Knights. So this
now, okay. I'm glad you brought his name up. There have been rumors flying that Triple H ain't too happy with LA Knight. And I was like, why? Because he's been getting more mid-card pushes and not being looked at as a heavyweight type guy.
I mean, he's been consistent for 3 years with the fan base. So.
I agree. And I get it. You got guys over him that's getting bigger pushes. I get it. Logan Paul is fast-tracked, has been fast-tracked. Whether you want to, because he's a great wrestler, okay? He's money in the ring, and his mic skills are continuously getting better. And I got, listen.
Okay.
His mic skills are going to get better. I understand. I'm telling you, it's going to get better. But he is a full-blown, he does not need to be ever a face. No. He is on I think he will be at one point just to see what it looks like. But he doesn't give face value. He gives more of a villain because of who he is, what he about, and, you know, the fact that he matched up with John Cena. I really do need him to cost Cena at some point. If it's inadvertent, because what's going to wind up happening is Cena's going to fight Logan Paul. You know it. You know he's going to fight Logan Paul at some point. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. So that's where we are with that. Night of Champions is coming together. The only match we got solidified is Punk versus Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had a good spot. Oh yes, NXT tonight. We have
Obafemi versus Jasper
Troy. I never thought I would see a guy from LFG get pushed so quick.
Exactly, at all.
He skyrocketed. I think he got to lose though.
Yes, he needs to lose. Hold on, we can't have the ruler lose a random.
There's a great chance he could though.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a great chance he could, because if they believe in him that much, if you want to tick some people off, give Jasper the title.
They already did with JC Jane.
But
it makes sense. Because Mariah May is now in WWE. Still think they should give it to Jordan Grace or like Lola Vice, Jada Parker, you know, Last Legend, you know, people like that. But
the reason why JC Jane won was because Stephanie Valkyrie was going to the main roster.
We all know she's a transitional champion, as Jey Uso was.
So her winning the title was not a bad thing, as much as it shocked everybody. But it just let people know that Stephanie Bakir was, who did not need to be in NXT that long anyway, because of who she is and where she's come from and stuff. And she didn't need it for that long. You know, Roxanne Perez, there's a reason why she won it twice, because it was making sure that she was getting ready for the main roster. Right. So Bakir's in a good place. I would not mind seeing her as a U.S. champion at some point, or throw her in against Becky Lynch. You know what I'm saying? And Lyra assist. Now that Bayley's returned now. You know, we get our matchup between her and the man Becky Lynch. You got Bayley and Becky Lynch once again. So I can't wait to see that. So we got all that together. Sorry for the stop in action. Is there anything that you've been seeing for this week that we need to kind of focus on before we get out of here?
Yeah. So I have been doing some. I've been questioning and wondering why TKO is moving WrestleMania back to Las Vegas, and why they gave Money in the Bank to put it Money in the Bank in August, the day after my birthday, which is kind of crazy though. And we come to find out why they've been releasing so many stars, because they gone bankrupt. I think they in debt. TKO's in debt, which is kind of crazy to me, because we never had this problem before. Well, not from my memory.
That's what you've been hearing.
That's what I've been hearing, that TKO is in debt, and that's why we keep getting these more pay-per-views, more seats costs going high. Why they keep putting out new merch? All of this is because TKO's in debt. That's why we have so many shows. That's why WWE has a week of programming now, because TKO needs more money.
So will the truth actually set us free from what's going on with them? That's a good way to say it.
Yep.
Will the truth set us free?
Truth set us free. And I heard The Rock and Triple H got beef now. I don't know why.
I knew about I knew it then. They are beefing. Because let's think about it. How in the world do you think that he has not been featured in this Cena stuff?
Yeah, it's kind of weird that you sold out to Uncle Robert. You sold out to the certified boss not to show up at no time. It's just kind of weird. It's very weird, actually. Forget kind of weird. And then my thing is, you said this problem with Cody Rhodes after WrestleMania. He said, "We're not done here. They're coming after you." You know, we thought we was get a potential match between him and Cody, or him doing something to Cody again when John's
supposed to do something.
The Rock hasn't done nothing storyline wise.
He can't do anything, man, because they about to kick him out of the doors, bro.
I don't know why they got beef.
Think about it. If you remember, Rock was the one that personally announced that WrestleMania was going to New Orleans.
Yes, he was.
Did. Not Triple H, the person that's actually, and I understand that Rock is on the board, but he's not the figurehead, but he made himself into a figurehead and made this announcement. And then they had to double back, go all the way back, backtrack and say, no, that's not the right news. And so now they had to figure out everything that was going on. What's going on, Excalibur? Good seeing you Saturday, man, at the game. Or Sunday, I should say. Sunday when it was. Hope to see you Saturday. This Saturday at the game too. All right. But for that to happen, and then for Triple H now to come back, Money in the Bank, and say, we double down and going back to Vegas. My guess is that they got the biggest check out there in Vegas. And it made sense for them to just go ahead and do it again. If you look at the box office numbers and you look at everything from merchandise sales and stuff, they probably did a fantastic job out there and they want to do it again. Vegas just seemed like a great spot to do it. And then Allegiant was willing to do it once again. They said, come on through. You know, they had a big weekend. But one thing they cannot do once again, you cannot give me no late night Hall of Fame speeches. I don't care. I don't need no Hall of Fame at 10 o'clock at night.
Or, all these after parties after an event is crazy.
And then you got folks that got to go out and wrestle that afternoon.
No one
men and women.
Early in the morning to rehearse. Rehearse everything. Then they gotta get something to eat, come back and do a whole match. And then after that, they gotta go to an after party.
And then they have to be at Mania, so for appearances.
Yep, because they got that boardroom meetings, the meet and greets that they keep doing with everybody. Then they have their own little off script showing that they do with wrestlers. Yeah, I seen all of that. That's kind of too much. I get it.
We'll see what transpires, and you got the Money in the Bank next year
in August, which
August.
Means, yeah, it's in August.
August 29th. That is just weird, and that's after SummerSlam. That's after SummerSlam, man. And SummerSlam next year is going to be in Minneapolis. I don't know. I might want to check it out. We'll see what goes down. All right. Nephew Jared, thank you so much, man, for tapping in on short notice, coming through and doing your thing as you normally do, bro. And definitely got to get you back in and see what happens as we progress on through what's going on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and then PLEs. So I think what's up next is SmackDown. You got NXT tonight, the big championship match between Jasper and Obafemi. What do you think Trick Williams need to remain on NXT, or do you need to go to TNA?
He's a TNA champion. Take him to TNA. First of all, I need TNA to be on like a mainstream service or like a channel or something. Instead of Access TV.
You don't like Access TV?
Well, I don't pay for it, so I just had to wait till like 2 days later to watch it on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Well, that pretty much sums it up.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I understand. Hey, CM Punk is in another title match, man. I don't know how we got there. All right, that'll wrap things up. Thank you, Nephew Jared, A-Train. We about to get up out of here. See you next time for another edition of the A-Train Show. We'll see what happens after Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Who's going to take the series lead? And we'll go from there. I don't think Thursday will be here. Thursday, I got another gig I got to do. So we'll catch you next week, next Tuesday, and we'll do it all over again then. All right, so catch y'all again. See y'all later.